Mental fatigue after simple tasks is one of the most unsettling and insidious signs of cognitive wear, a creeping exhaustion that makes even ordinary daily activities feel disproportionately draining. It might begin subtly. Replying to a few emails feels overwhelming, reading a short article leaves you foggy, or a short conversation feels like mental labor. These small lapses are often dismissed as just being tired, but when they become frequent, they signal that the brain's energy systems and attentional networks are under strain. Mental fatigue is not simply psychological tiredness, it reflects a physiological depletion of the brain's capacity to sustain efficient processing. When neurons run low on metabolic energy, or when signaling between brain regions becomes inefficient, even simple cognitive tasks demand extra effort, leading to a cycle of exhaustion and reduced performance. The danger here is that ongoing mental fatigue can precede broader cognitive decline, depression, or burnout if ignored. It is the body's and brain's early alarm, a signal that your cognitive engine is being overused and underrepaired. Biologically, the causes of this fatigue are multifaceted. The brain consumes roughly 20% of the body's total energy, even at rest, and that energy comes primarily from glucose and oxygen metabolism in neurons. When mitochondrial function, the energy-producing process inside cells, is compromised, mental effort no longer translates efficiently into output. Factors like chronic stress, poor sleep, nutrient deficiencies, or even excessive screen exposure can slow this energy production, leaving the brain feeling starved despite adequate rest. This is where compounds like coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, play a critical role. CoQ10 supports mitochondrial function, acting as an electron carrier that helps cells generate ATP, the body's primary energy currency. Foods such as spinach, broccoli, salmon, and sardines naturally contain CoQ10 and can help restore cognitive energy balance. When the brain's mitochondria are nourished and functional, neurons communicate more efficiently, and mental tasks begin to feel lighter, not heavier. But nutrition alone cannot solve mental fatigue. The modern cognitive environment, overloaded with stimuli, notifications, and constant multitasking, drains attentional stamina faster than our evolutionary design allows. Each distraction, each digital interruption, forces the brain to switch tasks and consume more energy to reorient. Over time, this leads to cognitive microfatigue, small but cumulative losses of focus that accumulate into chronic mental exhaustion. The warning here is sharp. Living in a constant state of divided attention gradually erodes the brain's ability to recover from effort. The mind becomes reactive, shallow, and tired. Preventing this requires a deliberate restructuring of cognitive habits, building focused stamina through mental training, pacing, and restorative rest. One of the most effective interventions is brain training specifically aimed at attentional endurance. Apps such as BrainHQ, Elevate, or CogniFit offer programs designed not just to improve accuracy, but to sustain focus for longer durations. These exercises strengthen the prefrontal and parietal networks responsible for attention regulation and task persistence. Think of them as endurance training for the mind, starting small, perhaps with 10 minutes of focused activity, and gradually increasing the intensity and duration over weeks. Consistent use of these tools helps the brain learn to resist distraction and maintain effort without excessive energy drain. Beyond digital tools, analog practices such as reading long-form material, solving logic puzzles, or working on creative projects without interruption also build cognitive stamina naturally. The key is consistency and progressive challenge, allowing the mind to adapt to sustained effort just as the body does with physical exercise. Physical activity, too, is crucial in combating mental fatigue. Aerobic exercise increases oxygen delivery to the brain, promotes mitochondrial efficiency, and stimulates the release of neurotrophic factors that enhance energy metabolism. A brisk 20-minute walk, swimming, or light cycling session can often lift mental fog far more effectively than caffeine or a short nap. The warning, however, is that inactivity is a silent killer of mental energy. A sedentary lifestyle reduces blood circulation and accelerates mitochondrial decline, making it harder for neurons to meet energy demands during cognitive tasks. Regular movement, even in short bouts throughout the day, keeps the brain's energy systems resilient and responsive. Sleep remains the most powerful and irreplaceable restorative tool for mental stamina. During deep and REM sleep, The brain clears metabolic waste products such as beta amyloid and rebalances neurotransmitters involved in alertness and focus. Chronic sleep restriction, even losing 1 or 2 hours per night, can reduce attentional performance and working memory as dramatically as aging several years. The positive side is that sleep recovery works quickly. A week of consistent 7-9 hour nights can substantially improve focus, processing speed, and resilience to fatigue. Practicing strict sleep hygiene, dimming lights before bed, avoiding screens an hour before sleep, maintaining a fixed wake-up time, trains the circadian rhythm to optimize recovery. Stress management is another essential pillar. Cortisol, the stress hormone, not only exhausts the brain but also impairs glucose metabolism, starving neurons of the energy they need to think clearly. Chronic mental tension tightens cognitive bandwidth, the ability to focus, remember, and adapt, leaving the mind perpetually strained. Mindfulness meditation, deep breathing, and restorative breaks during the workday counteract this by shifting the nervous system from fight or flight into rest and digest. Just 5 minutes of controlled breathing can reset brain chemistry and reduce the mental noise that drains energy. A practical routine could involve short mindfulness breaks between tasks, stepping outdoors for natural light, or engaging in slow, rhythmic movements like stretching or Tai Chi to recenter the mind. Hydration and blood sugar stability also influence mental energy more than most realize. The brain is composed of about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can significantly impair focus and processing speed. Likewise, large spikes and drops in blood sugar, caused by high sugar or refined carbohydrate foods, can cause alternating bursts of energy followed by sharp cognitive crashes. Balancing meals with complex carbohydrates, lean protein, and healthy fats ensures steady glucose delivery to the brain, maintaining alertness and mental endurance throughout the day. Caffeine, while helpful in moderation, should be used strategically rather than habitually. Dependency often worsens fatigue by masking underlying exhaustion without replenishing true energy reserves. A structured daily rhythm is one of the most effective ways to rebuild mental stamina. Begin each day with light physical movement and a nutrient-rich breakfast containing natural sources of CoQ10 and B vitamins. Schedule mentally demanding tasks earlier in the day when cognitive energy peaks, and reserve afternoons for lighter or creative work. Incorporate short recovery intervals every 60 to 90 minutes, periods of no screens, quiet reflection, or a brief walk. Over time, this pacing retrains the brain's energy cycles, allowing it to sustain effort longer without entering burnout mode. The positive message in all this is that mental fatigue after simple tasks is reversible. The brain is an adaptable organ that can restore its vitality when given proper fuel, rest, and structured challenge. Within weeks of consistent cognitive training, improved nutrition, adequate sleep, and mindful pacing, most individuals experience a marked increase in mental endurance and clarity. Yet the warning must not be ignored. If chronic fatigue continues unchecked, it may progress into burnout or even early neurocognitive decline. The human brain cannot be endlessly driven. It must be cyclically nourished, challenged, and rested. By treating mental fatigue as a signal, not a weakness, and responding with deliberate rebalancing of energy systems, one can not only restore lost focus but also build a deeper resilience that makes future cognitive decline far less likely.